day to everyone. I'm Sgt Macayan Philippine Army Reserve from 105 Community Defense Center, 1st Regional Community Defense Group. I am 23 years old. I was born in Sgt Pangasinan. I finished my Bachelor of Elementary Education, major in General Education at Pangasinan State University Sgt Campus, a licensed professional teacher. My military training in 2015, ROTC Summer Camp Training, MS3, and Advanced ROTC Academic-Based Training, 3132, Class 01-15, Tagasupil. In 2017, Advanced ROTC Academic-Based Training, MS4142, Class 01-17, Lagablab. Before we proceed to our topic, let me remind you the classroom rules. First, please turn off your phone. If not necessary, our phones are to put in silent mode. Second, no using or opening of laptop, tablet, and other aid devices unless required to do so. Third, students are required to actively participate. Fourth, for personal necessities, no need to ask permission. Next, for those sleepy students may stand or perform stretching at the back of the class. Lastly, you can ask the questions after the lecture. Safety precautions. In case of fire, go immediately in the nearest fire exit. If sudden earthquake, please drop cover and hold on, and immediately go to open area. Objectives. At the end of the lesson, the student should be able to define followership, appreciate the importance of followership, differentiate the qualities of an effective follower. Lastly, apply the rules of good followership. The scope of my presentation: define followership, importance of followership, qualities of an effective follower, rules of good followership. Before I will begin my presentation today, I would like to give line from Solon that there is something to do with our topic for today. Learn to obey before you command, which is absolutely correct. With that saying, do you have any idea of what topic I am going to discuss today? For the succeeding minutes, I am going to give a talk on followership, its definition in importance, the qualities of an effective follower, and the rules of a good followership. Now, let's define followership. It is the process in which subordinates recognize their responsibility to comply with orders of leaders and take appropriate action consistent with the situation to carry out those orders to the best of their ability. Meaning, followership is an important rule involved in carrying out the responsibilities necessary to keep organizations functioning effectively. Another, followership, it is the ability to know where and when to articulate one's views on an issue, and then to have the loyalty and the devotion to carry out the final decision on that issue. Meaning, being a follower, you should have the ability to articulate one's view, or you can speak or express readily, clearly, and effective on an issue. And of course, you have the loyalty and devotion. Another term of this is you have the dedication and faithfulness. Followership, as being defined by Webster Dictionary, is the capacity of the willingness to follow a leader. There is the word willingness. It means that you are a good follower if you follow or obey commands or rules with willingness. If you do not do so, are you considered to be a good follower? Let us find as we go through our discussion. Next, importance of followership. First, followers are potential leaders. There is a saying that a good follower is a good leader. Good followers are more likely to become a good leaders because they possess the quality of being disciplined. Second, most leaders are also followers. Another important is that most leaders are also followers. Every leader has someone who follows. It doesn't mean that if you are a leader, you will no longer follow your higher-ups, there are still other rules to follow. And to leave you the line, to be a good leader, you must be a good follower. Third, the traits required from a followers are the same traits required from a leader. And of course, the traits or attitude required from a followers are the same of that required from a leader. Following is inherent to us, especially to soldiers, but it does not make everyone a good follower. It takes time to learn the skills of a good followership, just like in leadership. Let us also note that the following is intrinsic, especially to soldiers, but not everyone is a good follower. As discussed a while ago, one must possess the willingness to follow. Next, qualities of an effective follower. How can one be distinguished if there are a good or effective follower? The following are the qualities one must have. First, they manage themselves well. The key to be an effective follower refers to the ability to take for oneself, to exercise control and independence, and to work without close supervision. Good followers are people to whom a leader can safely delegate responsibility, people who anticipate needs at their own level of competence and authority. They must know how to manage themselves well. The key word on this quality is self-discipline. One must exercise control and independence and to work even without close supervision. Second, they are committed to the organization and to a purpose, principle, or person outside themselves. Effective followers are committed to something, a cause, a product, an organization, an idea in addition to the care of their own lives and careers. This is especially true for soldiers. To risk one's life and follow a leader to accomplish a difficult mission requires commitment to the cause of the profession of arms. To be a good follower, one must be committed to the organization and to a purpose, principle, or person outside themselves. Loyalty is the exact term for this quality. One must be devoted to their work. Third, they build their competence and focus their efforts for maximum impact. Competence and focus means that effective followers master skills that will be useful to their organizations. They generally hold higher performance standards than the work environment requires, and continuing education is second nature to them, a staple in their professional development. Lastly, they are courageous, honest, and credible. Courage, honesty, and credibility are important characteristics of effective followers. They establish themselves as independent, critical thinkers whose knowledge and judgment can be trusted. They give credit where credit is due, admitting mistakes and sharing successes. They form their own views and ethical standards and stand up for what they believe in. This must be courageous, honest, and credible. Courage, honesty, and credibility are significant characteristics of effective followers. Let us have the rules of good followership. First, do not blame the boss. Do not blame your boss for unpopular decision or policy. Your job is to support, not undermine. Second, do not fight the boss. Fight with your boss if necessary, but do it in private. Third, use initiative. Make the decision and then run it past the boss. Or you must use initiative something and get the approval of the boss. Fourth, accept responsibility. Accept responsibility whenever offered, or never turn down responsibilities. Next, tell the truth and do not quibble. Your boss will be giving advice up the chain of command based on what you see. So always be honest and tell the truth. Next, do your homework. Give your boss all the information needed to make a decision. Or do your assigned tasks without hesitation. Next, suggest implementation. When making recommendation, remember who will probably have to implement them. This means you must know your own strengths and limitations. So if needed, feel free to suggest implementation. Next, keep the boss informed. Keep the boss informed of what is going on in the unit. Or keep the boss updated in whatever is going on. Next, fix problems as they occur. If you see a problem, fix it. Do not worry about who is get the blame or praise. Then lastly, put in an honest day's work. Put in more than an honest day work, but never forget the needs of your family. If they are unhappy, you will be too, and your job performance will suffer accordingly. And whatever you do, always be honest. That's the end of my presentation. Summary: followership is important in the discussion of leadership for several reasons. Without followers, there are no leaders. For any project or organization to succeed, there must be those willingly and effectively lead. Next, followership is the mirror image of leadership. It is the action of followers that determine the success of organizations. Is more the result of good followership rather than great leadership. Inspirational leadership is about light and vision. Next, effective followers are also critical thinkers, but with a positive attitude. That's it for today. I hope you have learned something from me today. With that, I must say thank you everyone. Have a good day. God bless and stay safe.